Hello, I'm Tina Oelke and your instructor for PSYC155. Today we're going to get to take a look at various types of intelligence. Chapter 7 is interesting, isn't it? It's full of information about how we think, what gets in the way of our thinking, creativity, IQ tests, and finally, what we're going to learn about in today's mini lesson, types of intelligence. Before we begin, how would you define intelligence? Well, intelligence, as defined by our text, is the ability to learn from one's experiences, acquire knowledge, and use resources effectively in adapting to new situations or solving problems. I would add to it the ability to be able to be in an environment effectively, use resources, and think rationally or logically when faced with challenges. Intelligence has always been traditionally thought of in terms of IQ or general intelligence. However, there are some that offer alternative theories. One such person is Howard Gardner. He views intelligence as multiple abilities that come in many different packages. He says that we don't have an intelligence, but rather have multiple intelligences. They may manifest in 8 different ways: verbal linguistic, musical, logical mathematical, and movement, interpersonal, intrapersonal, naturalistic, and existential intelligence. For example, if someone who is intelligent in verbal linguistics, they would have an ability to use language and might have a career as a writer or a speaker. A person who had an intelligence in movement would have an ability to control their body and might have an occupation as an athlete or a dancer. Another theory of an intelligence is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the awareness and ability to manage one's own emotions, as well as the ability to be self-motivated, to feel what others feel, and to be socially skilled. Many believe that EQ holds as much importance or even more than IQ. For the rest of this mini lesson, now that we've got a foundation on the basis of both multiple intelligence and emotional intelligence, I'd like for you to watch videos on them both. The video on multiple intelligence is Howard Gardner himself, and he talks about why he believes that multiple intelligence is so important. The video on emotional intelligence is a psychologist named Daniel Goleman, who has extensively studied emotional intelligence and has brought it to the forefront to be considered. Perhaps these videos will give you a better understanding of different types of intelligence than the traditional IQ. The links to both videos can be found in the assignment folder. After you're done watching the videos found in the assignment folder, the mini lesson will be concluded. The reflective log assignment asks you to suggest ideas for future research designed to advance knowledge on the concepts in the chapter, or to apply the material learned in the chapter to a current news issue or to experiences in your own life. I suggest that you not only consider the concepts that you heard on this presentation, but also what you've learned in the rest of the chapter. Some interesting things to reflect upon would be a follow-up on the idea of different theories of intelligence. If you had to classify yourself according to Gardner's theories of multiple intelligence, what intelligence would you have? Also, what are your thoughts about emotional intelligence? What are your thoughts about IQ testing? What are your thoughts about creativity? And what further areas do you think should be researched? What have you seen in the news recently that you'd like to comment on as it relates to Chapter 7? There are a lot of ideas out there about Chapter 7 that could be explored, and I hope that you have fun doing it. I can't wait to read your logs.